Hi everyone, and welcome to this PipsMatter live trading chamber event. I'd like to thank you all for coming. There's a lot of people here, and I'm going to answer as many questions as I can. Bear with me a couple of minutes for the introduction, and then we'll move into everything else. So, you're really going to be enjoying today's session. The time we're going to spend together is definitely going to be interesting for you and for me. I'm going to be sharing a few excellent trading setups with you. And these setups can make you money in today's market, but most definitely will be able to make you money in tomorrow's. Well, basically, because I'm going to be doing this in longer charts. I'm going to be using daily and monthly charts. So I can guarantee you that in a couple of days, most of these setups will work out. And I'm going to explain to you exactly the type of risk management you should be using based on your account size. I'm going to ask you a few questions pretty soon to determine with what kind of funds you guys are trading, and then I'm going to help you out by providing you, basically a very simple and very effective risk management technique. Before I begin, I'd like to express that I'm very honored to be with you all here today. You're definitely the elite of this market, top 5% of the financial industry. Now, here's why I say this. Only the very best of people in any kind of field will actually take the time and make an actual sacrifice to attend a workshop like this. The other 95%, they're sitting at home or on Forex Factory or here or there looking for some secret sauce to add into their trading system, looking for some secret or some very special fairy tale of a trading algorithm that will actually make them money. I can tell you that there is nothing like this, and you definitely won't find it in any kind of forum or on a website. I'm going to give you a quick introduction of myself so you guys can understand a little bit more of me and about me. I started off pretty much without graduating from high school. My family had barely any money, and everything I accomplished in my life I had to do on my own, with very little help from anyone else. So everything I acquired, I've done it with my own two hands. So I can tell you that successful trading is all about you. It has to be within you, because I can sit here and give you the system 20 free. I can sit with you for 3 months, the whole course. I'll sit with you. I'll tell you what to do. I'll even give you signals. I'll train you. I'll do everything I can to help you. But if you don't want to help yourself, I mean, that's where we probably stop. So, in the 21st century, knowledge and know-how are the keys to success. That's exactly what I'm trying to explain here. And I'm going to quote Pat Riley, a very famous basketball coach. He says, if you are not getting better, you're getting worse. And that is a motto I would like to use for this workshop. So let's move into everything. Like I said, welcome. My name is Dennis, and welcome to this PipsMatter trading chamber. In a couple of minutes, Fed Chair Yellen will be testifying. We do not expect anything major to happen here. There will be market movement. The dollar is gaining a little strength, but it's very mixed. Draghi's speech was actually released much earlier, almost a bit more than 2 hours earlier than expected. It has moved the markets just a little bit, but nothing special. Euro USD actually dropped, and now it's recovering back upwards. So you didn't miss anything there. At the same time Yellen starts testifying, we have the OPEC meeting. And this is going to be really, really important, because I'm going to show you a pattern on oil, specifically on WTI, that will actually open up your eyes, and I'm going to pretty much make it clear that there will be very high impact coming on oil. I believe it's going to go up. I think 52 is the next level, but I'm going to get into that pretty soon. In 20 minutes time, 10 minutes after the OPEC meeting begins and Yellen starts testifying, we have probably a more important speech than Yellen's, and that's from the FOMC member, Mr. Bullard. When he starts speaking, we expect him to cause a bit of volatility, and this is mainly because of the Fed being so divided. 40 minutes from right now, we have the crude oil inventories. That's definitely going to move oil as well. And I'm going to move into the chart. I'm using Kawasi's C Trader here. And I'm going to go straight to WTI so we basically Don't waste much more time here. Now we have a very nice pattern here that indicates pretty high volatility. I'm going to make a smaller line over here and show you that we're pretty much ready to rock and roll with this one. Just give me a moment. I'm going to make it a bit prettier for you and easier to understand. I'm going to change the colors. Red is our main line and yellow is our not so important line. I'm just going to I'm going to remove all the moving averages, and I'm just going to add 2. And the 2 that I'm going to add is the exponential, the EMA 50. Okay, 50, and we'll make the 51 white because it will be the weakest one on our chart. And then we're going to put one more in there, and that will be the 200. I'm going to explain a little bit more about the moving averages pretty soon. Before I continue, if you have any questions, simply type them into the box. I will get a notification, and I'm going to answer them as soon as possible. So this is a daily chart. What we're doing is we're taking the last 200 days and the last 50 days average, and we are right at it. This indicates that there will be a major impact in the market. You see, it might not actually happen right now or today. Maybe it's going to happen tomorrow, maybe on Friday, but definitely early next week. And I can tell you that the price will definitely head, well, it's going to be pretty high. We believe that it's going to head to the last resistance point, which is right here. So the 52 level. And that, my friends, is a long way away. It's about 600 pips away. So a small and manageable position, let's say something like this, actually, just a second, would actually generate a pretty big return. I'm not going to be calculating this right now. It's going to take too long. So I'm going to be going into the pairs. Just one more mention, something very important, and that is about a recent study that we've done. Me and my team actually done a recent study. So basically, according to the recent study that our research and analysis team has made, we are expecting more change, more disasters, and more opportunities in this industry in the next 12 months than ever before. And 100% of the people in this workshop will miss those opportunities if they do not rapidly adapt to the changes and begin constantly improving their skills and trading systems. What I mean by this is you need to make a commitment for yourself to continue improving yourself constantly. This is how you actually become top in anything you want to do. I can promise you this. I've met hundreds of very successful traders, people who made millions and well, double-digit $1 million returns in a year and even in months. And believe me, those people are very, very committed towards what they're doing. So I'm going to tell you right away, if you do not have the commitment within yourself, if you cannot spare 20 minutes, half an hour, an hour towards reading a book, towards testing something, towards learning something new that's related to the financial markets, well, I can tell you, don't waste your money, because you're going to end up losing a lot of money. And that's one thing you don't want to do. So I'm telling you that the first thing that I'm stating is that there will be volatility. I'm putting this little star here. We're expecting volatility, and we expect a major change in price. So yeah, I'm going to move into the presentation. And I'm going to talk about very quickly a few reasons why investors and traders lose. These are just 4 points. I'm just going to go over them real quick. And I just want you to try and avoid these 4 points as much as possible. 1, they frequently have a directional basis. What I mean by this is they always want to be long. They always are bearish, or they're always bullish. You can't be that. One of the trading rules of System 23 is always be ready to buy or sell. Okay? Let your objective be to make money and not be correct. I've seen many people get much more upset by being incorrect than losing money. Forget about your ego, forget about your predictiveness, forget about, I don't care how great your, forecasting skills are. The idea here is to make money. We're wasting our nerves and our time to make money and not be correct. Point number 2, lack of experience in the markets cause many traders to become emotionally and or financially committed to one trade. What this means is they are unwilling or unable to take a loss. They may be unable to admit that they have made a mistake, or they look at the market on too short of a time frame. So if you're a scalper and you're listening to me, I can promise you very, very well that you've either lost a lot of money and you're not going anywhere. Scalping is one very dangerous profession, because what you do is you're constantly taking small profits, and then when the mother of all losses comes, because you don't want to take losses, that's going to wipe you out. But I'll talk about scalping next time. Point number 3 is they overtrade. That's what scalping does to you. Scalping makes you trade like crazy. If you, ladies and gentlemen, don't mind me swearing, I'm just going to swear a few times to get my point across. That's from working in this industry, you pick up a lot of swear words. Point number 4, many traders can't or don't take small losses. So that's for scalpers. They often stick with a loser until it really hurts. They keep their hand over the fire, and the fire keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they don't move their hand until they don't get burnt. That means they take the mother of all losses. So this is a very undisciplined approach. A trader needs to develop and stick with a very simple system. So the basics of the system that I'm going to show you today, and this is only about 3%, I'm going to be using on one system 7 potential moving averages. The white is 20 days. This is only days. I'm not going to be going under. I'm not going to be doing any analysis under a daily chart. I'm going to be executing trades on a 4-hour chart. So 20 days is white, 40 days is orange, 60 days is red, 200 days is yellow, 370 days is light purple, 585 days is blue, 987 is purple. For the trend, we'll use a very simple approach that most people use, and that's a 50-day red EMA and a 200 yellow EMA. Now, this is not as simple as it is. I put a warning over there. Do not try to just implement any kind of method you see. System 23 is compiled by many different factors, and they all require lots of training to implement into live markets. So don't rush. The second, third, and fourth thing that I'm going to be talking about and showing you is the mathematical point of interest, or something that we call MPI at PipsMatter, and that is the 12.5% mathematical level. Second thing is trend lines. You all know what trend lines are. And free, well, this only comes with time, and that is the ability to make a comprehensive and independent market research and analysis. So I'm going into trades now. So Yellen should be starting in about 2 minutes with her testimony. Like I said, the market does not expect much volatility when she starts speaking. The OPEC meeting starts as well at the same time. If you just joined us, the OPEC meeting should have basically lots of heat on it. We do expect massive volatility coming out of oil. We do see oil heading higher before tumbling down in the next couple of years. We also see silver. I'm just going to go into silver very quickly. I see silver heading much higher. This is a daily chart. We see silver heading much higher. We are trying to break the 20 level. Silver has been trying to do this for some time, from basically early June, late May, let's say. Silver has been trying to break the 20 level, and please mark my words, in the long term, silver is going to head very, very high, and it might even overperform gold. We see gold heading over 2,000 in the next 12 months, even sooner, but I'm just opening the gap because, just simply because we're not exactly sure when this will happen. But I've got a very big feeling and good reasons to believe that this will happen during the elections in the USA. There is something I released in the market analysis that was done today, and that was about the US presidential debates. The market basically took it as Clinton winning, and for example, the Mexican peso strengthened massively, very strongly, because the media said that Clinton has won that debate. But I want you also to remember what the market estimated and what the media was stating during the Brexit voting. You could, well, let's just go to GBP USD and just go over that right now. We are on GBP USD. Well, here it is. You can see the market. This is 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. In 1 week, the market gained over 800 pips before the Brexit votes, because the media was stating that there is no way. Why would Britain want to leave the EU? Even the economics don't add up. So why would they even let them vote for something like this? And guess what? It happened. So there are good chances that Trump might win. For me personally, I think they're both a joke. I think it's just a clown and, you know, two clowns just running around shouting and screaming, and they're just going to destroy the whole world. But hey, that's just my opinion. Okay. So we are long-term buy gold. We've been buying gold for a long time, and we will continue to buy gold. The first trade that we're going to be opening, and this is going to be a very small trade. The account balance is just about 3,700 on this account, and we're going to be opening our first trade, and I'm going to be using a very small risk management. If you stick throughout this event, I'm going to be opening plenty of trades. We've been buying GBP since 2 days ago, actually. So if you go onto our forums or review our analysis, you'll be able to see that we have been buying this pair for quite some time. The first thing that I'm doing is I'm going to be opening a 2% risk trade on this account. So if my balance is 3,700, and my risk is 2%, that means I can risk $74, and that would give me a trade of a trade of the size of 0.2 would give me, just a second. So 0.2 lots is a stop loss of 37 pips. So what we want to do is basically just increase that risk just a little bit to let this trade breathe. 2.2, 2.5. That means 46.2 pips. So 0.2. I'm going to give you I have very good reasons why I'm buying this, and I'm going to explain it pretty soon. I'm just going on a shorter time frame, 4 hours, to add the stop loss easier. So like I said, the stop loss is 46.25 pips. It can even be 47, so nothing major there. It's not a major difference. $46.2. Okay, the best way to add a stop loss, if I may explain, is first to look at the chart to understand where price stagnates, where is the last low or last high. So basically, you look at the chart first. You understand, for example, that if price breaks below this level, that means you're definitely wrong when you're buying. So what would be an even better way to do this is open a 0.1 and double the stop loss to about 90 something pips. That would put us somewhere down here. And that means if price heads down, we were 100% wrong. Now the idea is this. The idea is very simple. You're here for the long run. You're not here, if you're here in this market, if you're in this market just to, let's say, make $10,000, buy a new car and get a heck out of it, I understand risking $1,000, $2,000 to really get something big like that in a short time period. I understand. If you're not going to be back. But if you're going to be back and you want to actually make consistently funds from this, and preferably much more than you're actually making from your day job, well, then you need to implement heavy risk management. You need to understand that you need to risk less and you need to find ways to maximize your gains. Well, guess what? That's exactly what we do here. We risk very little, but we want to make as much as possible. Now, that doesn't always happen, but when it happens, it works like a charm. So, I'm going to explain to you risk management very simply, in the simplest way I can. Here, let's get the calculator out, and I just want to do this very quickly for you. I'm sure there's plenty of traders here. So can one of you just tell me what kind of risk do you take on per trade, if you even know, because some people don't even know how much they're risking, and they just blindly open trades. Is there anyone who risks 5%, 2%, 6%? Kai, Derek, Kato, Bandy, how much do you guys risk? Oliver? Robert, that's a really good press. Tavi, hello Tavi, that's really good to see you here. Really good to see you. Tavi uses a 2% risk. Roberto, good to meet you, Roberto. My name is Dennis. Usually, Roberto risks 0.05. That is a really, really smart risk. Kato never risks on a single trade more than 2%. That's really smart. Okay, 0.5, Roberto. 1%. You guys use perfect risk management. Fabian, very well, very well. My illness is cured a little bit, so I'm much better. But I'd love to talk to you. Well, Kato, I'm very happy for that. I'm very happy that you like that you're using what I've said. So I know people who risk 5% sometimes. I know people who risk 5% sometimes. Here's the idea. Let's say you risk. If I risk 5% in my account, if I just lose 5 trades, okay, 5 trades in a row, 5% risk, I'm already down a quarter of my account. Now, how stupid is that? That's the dumbest thing you can do, even though we've all done it. Anybody who's traded has probably done this mistake. They increased their risks or just started trading with bigger risks. Most people just think, wow, well, market is going to go up or down, so I might as well, buy up, then buy down, buy up, and buy down, and I'll make a lot of money. Well, that's basically the wrong approach here. So if you risk 5% and you just lose 5 trades, you're down 25%. But if I risk, let's say, 1% and I lose 5 trades, I'm only down 5%. Okay, here's the biggest problem. Most people say, well, you're barely going to make any money. And I say, right, of course, yes, I'm barely going to make any money. But here's the thing. I told you that when we are right, we want to maximize our gains. So we buy GBP USD. GBP USD starts heading higher. Eventually, it will. When GBP starts heading higher, we start compounding. How do we compound? We open a small risk. Let's say 2%, 2.5%, 1%, 0.5 even, you open a small risk. Preferably, you want to diversify your portfolio. So if you're risking 2%, you open 4 different, not correlated trades. Let's say I open 1 trade on Forex, the other trade in commodities, the other trade on another Forex pair, and the 3rd trade, let's say on indices. And I risk 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Now I've diversified my portfolio into 4 different trades, but I'm risking the same 2%. Just 2%, but 4 chances. When my trades, I'd love to show you the slide. When my trades start going into profit, what I do is, let's say the 1 trade is 0.1 lots. The next trade that I'm going to open, once I'm in profit, let's say 15, 20 pips, I'm going to open a 2nd trade of 0.8. I'm going to lower my position by 20%. Okay? I'm going to move the stop loss of the first position into profit, and I'm going to add the stop loss of the second position at the same level. I will show you this live. I'm just explaining it real quick. Price keeps going in my favor. Now I open a third position. The third position increases to 0.9, 90% of my first position. Now I move the first trade stop loss and the second trade stop loss all the way into profit, and I put the third trade stop loss where the other ones are. And I continue doing this, but I keep rising my position by 0.1. Eventually, I can make more than 100% of my account, and I think Pavi and Kato have seen me do this on gold last time. I don't know if you guys were here in the brokerage. I've done that, and I have done this many times, and hopefully I can show you guys this live right now. It's basically compounding. It's just a little part of our system. What we do is we lower our risks, but we increase our rewards significantly. So what we want to do is open 4 different trades, 4 non-correlated markets, and try and do this. Sometimes this is going to look, all it has to do is work on one trade, and all you have to do is go 5 to 6 trades up. If you open 5 to 6 trades up in game, and don't use a stop loss, just keep moving your stop loss into profit, keep trailing your position, keep trailing it, you're going to end up much richer than you went inside that position. So let's go over a couple of other trades. Okay, I'm sure you guys are noticing something that's happening on the dollar. You see a lot of these little triangles happening on the USD, except on GBP USD because the GBP is pretty weak. So we see triangles here. We see USD JPY heading significantly lower, even though most of the financial analysts are saying it's not going to go low. We are of the impression that it's going to break the 100 level, and we have very good reasons for that. So we're going to open another trade here, 0.1. 0.1 on our 3,000, on our, just one second, on our $3,700 balance, 0.1 with a 1.2% risk allows us to have a stop loss of 44 pips. So let's just put it to 45 and we're fine. Okay, so that is our second position. Let's see what's happening with oil. The meeting has begun, nothing serious yet. We see USD CAD also. I just want to draw you a quick channel over here. I see USD CAD dropping significantly lower. And this is one of the reasons I'm telling you that we will have 2 things happen. We will have USD CAD drop down. Now, because I'm using a daily chart, it's very important to use much smaller risks. So the idea is this: you risk less, you increase your stop, giving you a chance to actually be in the trade for as long as possible. I really don't care about spreads that much, even though Kavasi has really good spreads, and I really don't mind. I can trade with 5 pip spreads because I'm not scalping and I'm barely day trading. But it's a mixture of day trading and trend trading. So what we want to do is maximize our gains by finding trends, breakouts, things like this. And next week we're going to have a specific workshop just for breakouts. But I'm going to explain to you the services we provide fully, and then you can get that. Here's another triangle. Like I said, we see oil going up. WTI. I'm just going to put these things in here, and I will follow up with positions. USD CAD down. DAX, we gave out an analysis on DAX, and we indicated buy positions from yesterday. They got closed out, but they were compounded well. S&P 500 up. Euro NOK. Well, here's a nice one. Euro NOK is going to go up. We called last week, the Norwegian Central Bank had its monetary policy meeting. Now, in the previous meeting, the one before that, there were indications that there was going to be a 100% rate cut. We said there wasn't going to be one. The reason we said that wouldn't happen is because we analyzed the economics of the country. You see, we made a comprehensive analysis of Norway. Retail prices went higher. real estate prices, the real estate market began booming again. So all of this indicated to us that there is no reason for Norway to cut its interest rates. And that gave us a very good indication of actually selling this pair, and we did sell. Right now it's in a nice channel. This channel has been holding on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. There is a chance it might break. There is a chance it might break, but I think it's too soon for such high moves. Because if this channel breaks, this is going to go all the way down to 8, maybe even less, somewhere around here. So I do not think that that's going to be happening anytime soon. This is why I believe that this is going to head higher. Gold, well, gold is obviously going up. I've been saying this for over a year now. Okay, it's going down to the trend line, and then we're going up. Euro JPY, JPY is real strong, so that's going down. Euro is pretty weak, so not much resistance to hold this down. Okay. This, we see this going down before heading up. 120 is the next level. We believe that this will happen in the next 6 months. So let's follow up with positions. It's too late to enter this. And gold is still moving lower, so I don't think it would be wise to buy it yet. So let me just continue with the presentation until something starts happening. Here's what basically we're offering. I just wanted to go over this real quick. We're offering a 2-week free access to all PipsMatter premium services. Now this includes something very special. This includes access to all workshops, including all live trading chamber events. You receive personal coaching for 2 whole weeks, and you get to ask for complete trading analysis of your favorite trading pairs. So what that means is, let's say my name is John, and I say, hey, PipsMatter, my favorite trading pairs are Euro-Dollar, DAX. I love to trade Apple because I love Apple phones, and all yen pairs. So what we do is we provide you a comprehensive, full, up-to-date, short, medium, and long-term analysis on all of your trading pairs. So even if that's 7 pairs or just all Euro-Dollar, all Euro pairs, or the whole majors, doesn't matter. You're going to receive a comprehensive, full analysis. You'll also be in the loop on all high-impact trades. That's basically all NFPs. We're going to give you direct access to our portfolio, what we're doing. And we're going to explain very well what you could do to take advantage of all high-impact events, basically news, wars, things like this, technical sides, breakouts, changes in trends, etc., all of those things. And the best thing about this is you're going to receive a comprehensive risk management analysis of your investment. Let's say you have $500 in the market. You're going to tell us, PipsMatter, I've got $500 in the market. And, well, we're going to ask you a couple of questions, of course, and we're going to create a risk management system for you. So we're going to ask you what your trading goals are, what your financial goals are, things like this. So once we're done with this, we're going to make a comprehensive analysis basically for your risk management. And we're going to give you all the tools you need to actually apply that risk management to your trading and stick to it. By this, I can guarantee you, if you implement this, there is no way you're going to bust it out, because there's no way you're going to lose 500 trades anymore. And when you win one, the idea is this: when you win one, that one can cover for 100 losses. What we mean by that is when we compound. So let's go back to the market. And let's buy WTI. So our overall risk, you see, it's only $26. This is a very small position. I mean, I could have put the stop loss much lower than this, but we just want to avoid these 2 bottoms over here, and we want to stay in this position for as long as we can to either compound it or add on to it. If price breaks down to this level, we add on to it, and then we're already compounding. Because our risk on a 1.2% is $44. But here, our risk is just 0.6% on this position. Now we're not, obviously our account size is 3.7K. Normally we would be trading with different account sizes, but you guys get the drift. It's important to apply risk management to your trading. I'm doing all of this a little quick, but if you do take us up on our offer, we'll show you exactly how you can add risk management to your own trade. We do not trade with take profits. That means this will not be added, but this is the target range. This is what we're targeting. So basically 3 to 1. But obviously, if this starts going higher, I'm going to start compounding it by opening. Obviously, I can't open something smaller than this, so it will be 10. And then we're going to continue going higher and higher and higher, and eventually, somewhere around here, we're already going to be buying probably about 40 to 50 barrels per trade. So you can see how, because look, as we go in profit, our margin increases. As more positions go in profit, our margin keeps increasing, so we get to open even higher positions. I can show you an account where I've done exactly this, and I've actually kept the whole track history of it. That account started September with $220. The account size of that account has risen by 2.4 thousand. So $2,479.16 are the gains. The current active trades are losing, but I mean, even if I close them, I'm still up like 800%. So that's always good. Good to see. That's pretty much it. So we're gonna buy silver as well. This is where we want our stop. $25 is just about 6.5%, 0.65% risk. Obviously, we can open smaller risks, but we recommend looking at the chart first before actually adding a stop loss. You see, you want to go before the last bottom, because usually if price breaks that, we will pretty much be wrong for our trade. Now, I will go over the rules. If any of you are interested in listening to that session, I'm gonna send you the link. You're all gonna receive the link in an email with the next basically workshop, which is starting in about 2.5 hours from now. In that workshop, we're gonna go over a lot of information. Basically, we're gonna go over. It's called Newbie Wednesdays, but it's not really newbie because I don't believe in teaching people the basics of forex. If you want to be in this industry, well then, you learn the basics. I'll teach you what the pros do, but you need to learn the basics yourself. Does anybody have any questions for me? Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Since it's a great time to be alive and to be a part of this business, how many of you are self-employed? Is anybody self-employed here? Well, basically what I'm trying to say here is that in essence, this is what I believe. I believe that we are all self-employed. From the time that we take our first job to the day that we retire, we all work for ourselves, no matter who signs the paycheck. That's what I mean by constantly developing yourself. It's essential to develop your skills. I don't care how much money you're making or how good you think you are. You need to develop those skills because eventually those skills might, be outdated. So I'm going to briefly go over the trades. That we gave out, and that is the GBP. We are buying GBP. We have been buying GBP for some time, and I definitely believe that GBP will rise. And I believe that Euro GBP will drop temporarily. And I see Euro GBP heading now to the 90 level. Euro USD, we see Euro USD heading lower before heading higher. USD JPY, we see that heading much lower. Euro JPY, we see this heading much lower too. Gold, probably from tomorrow we will begin buying this, but it will be all on our forum. So if you log in or create an account, you'll be able to see the forum on the left-hand side of the website. Click on that and you'll pop inside and you'll be able to see everything. Euro NOK, we see this heading higher. S&P 500 higher. DAX, Germany 30 higher. USD CAD up and then down. WTI up. Silver up. The next live trading chamber that we will hold, because we need to do it at much higher impact times. We hold them twice a day. Normally we have them in the morning and in the evening. But the perfect one will be for next week's NFP. And I'd love to see you all there. And I'm going to show you exactly how you don't gamble. As you can hear that I'm very pro risk management, that's why I'm going to show you exactly how you're going to do totally opposite of gambling in, well, how we actually do it. So I went over the couple of trades that we're taking. I'm going to quickly go over AUD USD too. Okay, so just want to show you this. Okay, I mean, simple technicals indicate that this will go down, so that the dollar will get strength. I see a breakout happening pretty soon. I see a very strong breakout towards the upper levels, and I believe that could happen pretty soon. Now, since we are doing all of this on daily charts, I don't like trading for 5-10 pips, so I prefer grabbing as many pips as possible, and we like to compound here. So if what I'm talking about is interesting, and if you have patience when it comes to trading, or if you want to develop patience when it comes to trading, well, then attend the next trading workshop that will happen next week. We'll have 2 of them next week. One will be on Friday, which will be for the NFP, and the other one I'm still not sure, but it's going to happen next week. Now, the most important and best thing I can do for you is when a breakout actually starts happening, we can alert you. Well, we'll do that by mail for now, but we can also do that via phone and things like this, obviously with your permission. If a breakout happens here, we always notify all of our clients, friends, and family. So that's pretty much it. On Friday at 5 p.m. plus free GMT, we're going to be hosting a workshop on candlestick analysis. Now, candlestick analysis has increased our win ratio by a good 14-15%. So make sure you're there. It's going to be really important. If you want to find the link, simply go on PipsMatter.com and press workshops on the online ones, and you're going to be able to see them right there. Just click and register. So this brings me to the end, and just one final thing that I want to mention. It might sound weird, but I'm going to say it anyway. More than 450 years before the birth of Christ, Confucius said, "What I hear, I forget. What I see, I remember. What I do, I understand." So with PipsMatter, we want to do it together, basically. We've heard what we have to do. We've seen what we need to do. But basically now is pretty much the time to just do it. And together, we can do it. So I'd like to see you all in the next workshop. If you have any questions, please direct them to HQ. That is H as in Hector and Q as in quarter at PipsMatter.com. I've given you a couple of trades out. There is not much that I can go over. Not many trades. But I will definitely be sending out lots of trading information after tonight's workshop, and we're going to add most of it to the PipsMatter forum. So if you don't have an account, just register one. It's totally free. Nothing to pay for, absolutely totally free. All the information we provide is free. Thank you all for coming. I wish you an excellent day, and if you have time, see you at Newbie Wednesday. Thank you, Kato. I'm really happy to see you here. I'm really happy to see you here, and for all your commitment to this. And believe me, I'm inspired just because you guys are all here. That's what keeps me going.